Hello, YouTube. This is Brian, the speaker for the dead, coming to you today, once again, on the road. The only difference today is I'm actually sitting still. I'm done driving for the day, so I'm just kind of went in, got a shower, and feeling clean and nice. Anyway, so something happened today that made me think about pet peeves. Oh boy. You know, I think as a general rule, quite a few of us have pet peeves that that just really send us over the moon, rub us the wrong way, however you want to say it. Yeah. But one happened today that just made me think, you know what? This is something I need to talk about because not to be like some jerky negative guy, but it's stuff that happens to all of us. Hopefully not all of us, but there's things and that like they're the thing that really just kind of make you look at the rest of the human race and go, what are you doing? So yeah, that's what happened to me today. And I'll try and be as not gross about it as I can, because it's not normal. Anyway, so what kind of started this off was, I'm a long haul truck driver, obviously, and so that means I have to use public restrooms and truck stops. Nah, that's always going to be a good thing. But I just try and take care of things, and I try and find the truck stops that are the cleanest, that their staff is taking care of things, so that I really don't have problems. And now that I have a designated route, I can do that more, because I know pretty much exactly where I'm going to be going every time. So today I walk in and I need to use the bathroom, number one. So, and standing at the urinal, doing my thing, and just as I have stepped up the urinal, another guy opens the door, comes in, and this guy proceeds to get in the urinal right next to me. There's like 4 or 5 urinals, and they're all empty. And he comes up and gets right next to the one I'm in and starts talking to me. Now, the level of creepiness that is involved in that maneuver cannot be calculated by the human race. I'm standing there with stuff going on, touching parts of my body that, hey, gotta aim, focus. Like I said, I'm gonna try and describe this, but anybody, what's going on. And, and he thinks, hey, how's it going? Pretty hot out there today, huh? Blah, 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 just starts talking, and I'm just like, and I'm not saying anything, I'm just grunting at that point, because I'm just like hoping he'll get the hint that I'm just like, and I had gone in, and because they're all open, I go clear to the end one, because I just figure that leaves the rest of them open for other people. Because I hate those guys where you see them walk in, there's 4 empty ones, and they go right to the middle one. So it's like, dude, now no matter where anybody goes, they got to stand next to you. And it makes them look creepy and weird and stuff like that, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but no, I'm not. Guys, rule number 1, if you don't know the guy in the urinal, who's doing stuff next to you, you don't talk to him. Okay? Now, if you're washing your hands and everything's taken care of, maybe. Okay, Go ahead and do that. But you don't talk when people are doing their business unless you know them personally. And even then, I mean, you better be like brothers or best friends or something, because otherwise you are just being creepy. Okay? And this isn't like a gay homophobe thing. This is just hey, dude, time and place. There's a time and a place for talking to somebody. That isn't it. Do not talk to people while they're using the bathroom, especially if you don't know who they are. Oh my God, it's just, but you just think you must be a very lonely human being or have no social skills whatsoever that you think that what you're doing is okay. I mean, and it takes all of my manners not to turn to whoever's doing that and just go, excuse me, could you get away from me? Serious. I know that might sound like over the top, and I didn't even yell really loud there. I'm just, kind of, cause seriously. Anyway, but it got me thinking about pet peeves in general. And as a truck driver, there's a lot of driving pet peeves that I've got. And I don't want to turn this into just a total complain and whining video, but there are just some things that people do that you think, there is no way in this world that somebody at some point in your life has not told you, don't do that. A teacher, a parent, a best friend, you have nobody in your life who's ever stepped up to you and went, hey dude, come here. When people are using the bathroom, don't talk to them. You look like a weirdo. Really? I do? Yeah, totally. You're like psycho. They think you're psycho, and they're just waiting for a good excuse to stab you for doing what you're doing. Oh, well, thank you for telling me that. Really? Nobody had that conversation with you? And the people who are doing this, blah, 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 on the phone, oh man, then I went out with Cindy, and I do this, and I'm just driving, jumping on the freeway, and I'm not looking at a damn thing I'm doing. There is an 80,000-pound truck next to you, and you're oblivious. Half of them don't even remember to turn their blinker on. Really? Is that phone conversation worth your death? Case in point, when I was pulling doubles up through Montana, yeah, trucker story coming. Everybody loves those, right? Yeah, trucker talking. Anyway, you'll have to suffer through this. I had doubles on at the time. I was hauling a load of rock. I weighed roughly like 112,000 pounds. Okay, that was my gross weight for the truck, trailers, cargo, everything. And I was going through Helena, Montana. I just got on to the freeway going north because I was taking this load up to Canada. And I get to the very next overpass, and there's a girl coming on in a car. Well, and she gets on the on-ramp and is like, comes up and matches my speed exactly. Well, I can't get over. Okay, that's a lie. I'm going to tell you the truth here. So I always tell it this way because, I'm worried it makes me sound bad. But I have too many people, as a truck driver, there's too many people that when a truck gets out in the passing lane to let you in, those people stay going the same speed as you. So now you're out in the hammer lane blocking traffic because whoever just got on the freeway and you were polite to him to let him on is now decided to match you pace for pace, and you look like a jerk truck driver. It's not your fault, but the people coming up on you doing that, they don't see how you got there. They just know you're there and you're in the hammer lane and nobody's passing nobody. So it got to the point where I wouldn't get over because legally you don't have to. It is the person getting on that is responsible to enter flow of traffic. you are not required to get over to let them in. Because one, you could have a car next to you, and if you were required to get over, you'd be pushing people off the road on the other side. So there is no law like that. It's a matter of just courtesy that you get over. Like I said, though, I've had enough people do horrible things to me in a truck. And once they got me out there, they stuck me out there and they started dinking around with me. And so I don't get over unless it looks like they're really trying to do what they're supposed to do, get up to speed. They're trying to get away, they're trying to get up and speed and just go. And they're not trying to match me pace for pace. Well, this girl was doing that. She's coming down the on-ramp instead of either slowing down to get behind me or speeding up to get, on the freeway before me. She's just matching my pace. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not getting over because I'm just not getting over. Well, I feel a little rumble, which all it was, and I'm just like, huh. And I look in my mirror on the side of my truck, and this dumb girl has gone into the side of my lead trailer, right in the middle. Boom. She's hit it and kind of glanced off, and all I'm seeing is cloud of dust in this car, and she's still trying to turn over into the truck. So she hits me and then just keeps trying to hit me. That's like me trying to nudge the moon out of its orbit. It's never going to happen. Never. It is not possible. It is not physically possible. You cannot do it. I weigh 112,000 pounds. You weigh, 2,000 pounds in a car? Who... And this girl just trying to push me over, and then by some fluke, I don't know how it happened, she managed to, because there's a big gap. I mean, there's a car-sized gap between my two trailers, and there's a tongue that connects them. Somehow she bounced off of the back of my lead trailer, and and just by some fluke did not go in between my trailers, because my pup trailer would have gone right over the top of her, crushed her like a beer can. I mean, I didn't even feel her hit me, other than there was just a little slight vibration. That's what it is to be in a truck versus car. It never works out for the car. Don't mess with trucks. Service announcement. Do not mess with trucks. You will lose. And people act like, I have the right of way. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Do you want to die to prove it? Oh, I have the right of way. Was written on his tombstone. Yeah, that was really worth it. I'm sure your grieving widow will think, yeah, he was a great guy. He was or your husband or your boyfriend or whatever, he was a great guy. Such an idiot. I mean, got himself killed trying to prove that he could push a truck around. Good job. Anyway, this girl, back to my story. This girl bounces off my lead trailer, somehow does not go in between the two trailers, and then comes off and then goes right back in and slid all the way down my lead trailer. The whole time turning into me like it's somehow gonna work. It hasn't been working. It's never gonna work, but in her head, it's gotta work, right? I've got to be able to push him over at some point. And you could see there was another person in the car with him just having an aneurysm. You could tell they were trying to tell him, stop turning into this truck. Anyway, I get up ahead. I get pulled over and stop. And, I'm a half a mile up the road before I can get stopped. Anyway, the cops show up. They have her drive up because her car was still drivable. But it had wiped out the whole driver's side of her car. The mirror was gone, scratches, dents, dings. It looked awful. Because, she collided with me the full length of two trailers. Gets up there, and all of a sudden her dad shows up. Because I guess they called him immediately. Her dad shows up, and there's two state troopers standing there. And she's trying to blame me for it. But he didn't get over. And the cop's like, he doesn't have to get over. He's like, he doesn't have to get over. That he has the right to maintain his lane. It's like, you hit him. He did not hit you. And the dad is just like coming unglued on the cops. And my blood pressure is like 800 over 250. There must be veins standing out of my head because I'm just like, because he's defending his daughter. If my daughter did that, ooh boy, I'm telling you what, I would not be defending her. Because what is it with parents that do that? Your kid screws up and you defend them in their wrongness? What lesson did you just teach? Hey, sweetheart, you're just a lovey, fluffy bunny, and don't worry about it. It's always somebody else's fault. It is never you, sweetie peachy poo. It is that big, dumb trucker. He should have just got completely off the road when he saw you. He should have just stopped. We'll get you a new car, precious little fluffy bunny. Oh, my gosh. Anyway. So that's another pet peeve. People who cannot drive and do not understand how to drive around trucks. But it's the personal stuff, like the bathroom stuff. And here's something else. I apologize. I will try and make this as in truck stops. Okay. Now, when I go in there and I have to go number 2, I apologize. I try and be as quiet as possible because I'm in a public restroom. And I just figure, I don't need to make a scene. I don't need to make a show of what I'm doing in here. Everybody knows what we're doing. The smells, they got it. They know what's happening. But I don't need to try and emphasize everything, so I try and be as quiet as possible. Oh, but not these truck drivers and these truck stops. Oh, no. No, it's, if you've ever seen Austin Powers, the scene where he's in the bathroom and the guy's trying to kill him and he's making all this horrible noise and stuff. There's like bubble sounds and just awful. And Tom Arnold sitting in the stall next to him just like wigging out about how he's like, hey man, can you give me a courtesy flush? That sounds pretty nasty over there. That's what it's like to be in a trucker's bathroom with some big fat guy trying to crap a cow into the toilet. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't want to know. Seriously, though, half the time when I go in there, I sit with my fingers in my ears so that I can't hear what's happening because I just don't want to be a part of it. And heavy breathing and trying and the fart noises and then oh gosh. If you've ever experienced it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now I understand. Sometimes you can't be quiet. Things are going on. I get it. And you're just trying to survive. I get that. Everybody gets diarrhea. Everybody has problems. There's a fun word for a video, right? Diarrhea. But seriously, most of the time, you don't need to be like that. Oh my gosh. Stop it! Did anybody teach these people bathroom etiquette? And then people who leave messes when they get up. It's like, what were you doing in here, Picasso? How did you get that there? There's not enough Clorox in the world to clean this now. And you just have to find another stall or go to another place and just try and forget what you just saw. I don't know. Anyway, so that was part of my day today. So much fun. So, second public service announcement: don't talk to people while you're in the bathroom, in a public bathroom, unless you know them. Then you can talk to them. But if you don't know them, it is not a good time for let's get to know somebody today. Hey, buddy, how's the weather? It's creepy. Yeah, the weather it got really creepy with a very good chance of That's how it is. Yeah, yeah. There was you see, there's a psycho moving in from the north front and is going to be causing awkward situations later in the afternoon. Yeah, back to you, Bob. Anyway, so that was my day today. So if you have a pet peeve that you want to share, please do. This isn't about complaining or bitching. This is about trying to get the word out about to other people who may have not heard this before. These are the things you don't do in public. Ever. And maybe this is the first time they've heard that. And they'll see this video or see your comments or see whatever and go, whoops. I've been doing that for years. I had no idea that I was a psycho. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Yeah, because what led to it was awkward. Anyway, I hope you like it. Hit that like button, subscribe and share, and comment. Leave your comments. I'd love to read about the pet peeves and the things that happen to you on a daily basis that you're just like, why, Lord, please just make it stop. Because it helps us all get through our day when we're just like, that happened to me the other day. So sometimes if we share those little miseries, we can laugh about them and life just seems to get better. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at Brian the Speaker. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you next time. Bye now.